president. So this is the first time the first families come to a launch. So we're excited about that. There are people from 43 different states here between us, and the District of Columbia, and 6 countries. Without further ado, we're going to go on to our demonstration for an EMU demonstration for spacesuits, and I'll turn over the floor. Thank you.
Wow, you guys are an awesome bunch. I'm so excited to be here. My name is Nicole, and I work at the Johnson Space Center. And a fun fact about me is that my job rocks. And we're going to tell you a little bit about what we do. Mallory?
My name is Mallory Jennings. I also am at JSC, Johnson Space Center, working on the next generation life support for the spacesuit.
And that's exactly why our job rocks. So we're going to give you guys a very, very quick overview of the extravehicular mobility unit, also known as the EMU, or the spacewalk, the spacesuit, the suit that the astronauts will be wearing on this mission during their 4 extravehicular activities. So I know you guys have got to get to lunch here pretty soon, so we're going to give you a very quick overview, but please feel free to come up and ask us questions. You're welcome to come up, handle the hardware, take photographs, and we'll also be around all day tomorrow too. So if you see us, you want to ask us questions, please feel free to do so. We want to tell you everything we know all about spacesuits because they truly are incredible.
Absolutely. So we're going to start out with a little interactive part. Why do we need a spacesuit? You guys are smart. Come on. Life support, but more specific. To breathe. So we need some oxygen, right? Kind of important. We're human. We need to be able to breathe. Why else? Protection from like air pressure. Radiation. Thermal control. I like that. It's hot in space. It's cold in space. We want to keep them comfortable. You guys got the big ones? So the spacesuit is like our own little human-shaped vehicle. It protects the astronaut while they're out in space because of all of those things that you said, and even the ones I didn't hear, but you were thinking them in your mind. And so we're going to talk to you, kind of talked about why the spacesuit does all those things that we need it to do.
So Mallory mentioned thermal control, and I heard some of you guys saying that. That was great. Good answer. So when you're orbiting the planet, our planet Earth, you're going about 17,500 miles per second. So in the snap of the fingers, that's 5 miles, which means that it takes about 90 minutes or an hour and a half to do one full orbital rotation. During that 90-minute duration, you're going to see about 45 minutes of the sunny side of the planet. What do you think? Hot or cold on that side? Very good. It's not cold on the sunny side. It's cold on the dark side. So our materials that we have with the spacesuit are specially designed to protect the human inside from those thermal extremes. But on the inside, the astronaut is working pretty hard, doing things like constructing or maintaining our space station, pretty important things. And as you're working and maintaining our space station, you're going to be building up your metabolic rate. Your heart's going to beat faster, partially because you're really excited to see the Earth pass by underneath you, but also because you're doing incredible work for our NASA mission. So what Mallory has here is our liquid cooling and ventilation garment. We love to put you in tight spandex. And so this is your undergarment. You wear it over your own personal undergarments. And you can see that there's tubing running through the garments, and through that tubing we run nice cold water. Very, very refreshing. The astronaut can maintain or regulate the temperature going through that garment using the front of their spacesuit displays, which is the temperature control valve right here. You do not have hot water in the suit, you only have cold water. But the great thing about this is it's true heat transfer at its best. As you're building up metabolic heat, you're heating up the water running through the garments. And so if you're getting colder and colder, you can actually turn this valve down and just recirculate the water going through the garments so that you're heating it up. Heat transfer, gotta love it. Then if you get a little too hot, you can turn the valve the other direction and you can start pulling from the water tank that's inside your life support system, getting nice, cold, refreshing water.
Next we have the communication carrier assembly. This is how they talk to each other. They can talk to the other crew member that's out on the EVA with them, the crew members that are back inside the vehicle, inside the station or the shuttle, and they can also talk to mission control down in Houston. Again, we put them in tight spandex and a really attractive hat that fits right over their head. A little hat hair, but that's okay. It's got 2 independent earphones on both sides. They're kind of old school, they fit right over your ear, and then 2 independent microphones that go right up against your mouth like a rock star. Over the communication carrier assembly is the helmet, and this protects the astronaut's head. Obviously, holds everything in together. It's got 2 layers of plastic. But when you're on the 45 minutes of sun side, sometimes it's too bright, so you can put down your spacesuit sunglasses and shield the sun, just like we do here on Earth. Then if it's really bright, you can pull down these visors, and then that completely blocks out the sun, just like if you're driving in the car. You want to completely block out the sun.
So the part of the spacesuit that you can't see Our spacesuit design is very, very modular. We can size the suit to fit about 5th to 95th percentile human beings. That's a large variety of all shapes and sizes, just about. And so we connect that heart upper torso to the various pieces of the suit so that the suit stays together as a good, robust, reliable system.
On the front of the heart upper torso is the displays and control module, and this is how you display information and control things. We like to put it right there in the title for you. And so you can control the pressure, like Heather said earlier, the temperature of the water running through your liquid cooling garment, the volume of your communication carrier assembly, everything you need is right there, easy access.
And then on the back of the heart upper torso is, of course, what I would personally say is the most important part of the spacesuit, because it's your life support. That's the number one reason. The number two reason, though, is because that's the part that we work on, so we like it. So the life support system it's about 2/3 the weight of the suit. The suit fully loaded with all of the consumables is approximately 300 pounds, so you better start working out. And it has all of your primary and secondary life support for the oxygen. So primary life support is pressurizing the suit, giving you that nice oxygen that we need to breathe. Secondary oxygen, in case something goes wrong with the suit, you have high pressure oxygen that will flood the suit and keep you alive for about 30 minutes. And then, of course, your cooling water for the liquid cooling garment, your battery power, your communications, everything you need to survive during your spacewalk, which typically lasts anywhere from 6 to 7 to 8 hours, depending on what we're doing. This particular mission, our 4 spacewalks, will range about 6 hours to 6.5.
Moving on down, we've got the gloves. The gloves are pretty important. Next to the life support, which is keeping you alive, the gloves are the next most important piece, because the astronauts are doing most everything with their hands. We call it a spacewalk, but they're not really walking. And so they're doing everything with their hands. Their hands are like their hands and their feet for the mission. And so the gloves, what goes over the hands, has to fit really well. And so we do lots of different glove fit checks. And so this is the inner layer of the glove. This is the bladder. This is what holds the pressure. And then this goes over that, and that's the restraint layer. We like to keep you like a human-shaped balloon. So you have your fingers and everything. And this is how we do a lot of the fitting. We can adjust each of the finger lengths, the width, everything, so that your glove fits just as well as we can get it before you go out and do all the work in space. And then this is the outside layer, which is the thermal micrometeorite garment, which is what you see all over the whole spacesuit. And this protects the astronaut's hands, obviously, from the temperature. Like if the handrail, for example, is out in the sun and it gets really hot, this protects the touch temperature, so the astronaut doesn't feel that.
Moving down, you have the lower torso assembly. Of course, we couldn't just call it pants, we had to call it the LTA. But it is a pretty important part of the assembly. You have a waist bearing right here, and that's going to provide you with that twist and shout movement you see the astronauts doing during their EVAs. But the lower torso assembly doesn't need to provide you with a lot of mobility, because even though we call it a spacewalk, you're really not walking, you're floating. So the best thing I can tell you about the lower torso assembly is this is one of the ways that we identify our crew members. So we're going to have Drew out in the red stripes, Mike in the white, and then Greg in the broken red and white, or what I like to call the peppermint patty, red and white stripes on the legs. So when you're watching the EVAs, as I know all of you will meticulously, all 6 to 6.5 hours, every moment, every single moment, you guys are going to be well versed on the spacesuit, but you'll also know who you're watching, which is very important.
So these are the components that make up the current suit. Like I said, this is what the astronauts will be wearing on these 4 spacewalks for this mission. But we're working on next generation spacesuit. And so we're pretty excited because we're building an awesome suit. It's going to keep them alive. It's smaller. It's lightweight. It's more robust, more efficient. We've got cool new materials and new configurations for the spacesuit. And so no matter where we go after shuttle retires, we are ready and building an awesome suit to get us there.
That's right. We're very excited, actually. We're getting ready to test the first integrated life support system in 37 years. So this suit technology has been around for long before Mallory and I started working here. And we've been maintaining it and refurbishing it, and it's been doing wonderful. But it is time, as we look to new destinations, that we're going to need more efficient, lighter weight, more robust systems. So that's exactly what we do with our team. We have a large team of engineers, scientists, astronauts, doctors, pretty much you name it. And our life support system that we're designing right now is on a huge rack. So right now it's not ready to be packaged into the backpack just yet, but all of the technology inside of it has been minimized essentially. So it's lighter weight, lower volume, and lower power, so we can drive down the battery size. First test of years, that's a huge accomplishment. And then in about a year and a half or 2 years, we're planning to squeeze it down even more into a backpack design and then start our integrated testing eventually onto human testing. On the pressure garment side, which is the part that really looks like the human being, there's mostly a lot of materials development. Depending on where you go is going to determine what kind of insulation you need, what kind of outer layer you need to protect from the soil, the regolith, or the asteroid material. So we're looking at a lot of different materials. We're also looking at more mobility features, lighter weight composite bearings, so that you can move more naturally like you do when you're not wearing a spacesuit. And so a lot of research is going on right now to make this system much more integrated, much more mobile than we even saw during the Apollo missions. And what's really awesome about it is that our entire team is just ready to go wherever NASA tells us to go, whether it's a near orbit asteroid, whether it's Mars, whether it's the moon, some distant destination. We're building a suit that's going to take us there, and we're very excited to share that with you. So I want to wish you guys the best of luck as you're speeding up. I know, again, everyone's going to put their hand up in the air and say, yes, Heather, I will be watching those EVAs. Yes, everyone nod your head, buddy. There you go. Okay, very good. And please do come up and talk to us. We would love to meet every single one of you, just like Seth's going to run around with his poster. We may run up to you and be like, so you want to know about the spacesuit? So please do come talk to us. We're Heather and Mallory. Thank you so much, and enjoy your time here.
It's always amazing how many people work for NASA just really are passionate and love what they do. So these young ladies are a perfect testament to that. It's lunchtime right now, and the way it's going to work is if you want to eat at your table, you can stay there. If you want to go to the cafeteria, Rocky Lind, who's in the corner of the red shirt right there, he's going to take the first group over there. You're going to have to eat relatively quick because the program is going to start at noon exactly. It's going to be streamed live, so please be back at noon. It's in your seat. Thank you, Paul, Rocky, and then there's other folks taking folks to the cafeteria. Holly over here in the red shirt. John somewhere, and a couple others. Just let us know and we'll take it over. Thank you.
Yes.